yeah, man. You know what time it is. I think I'm gonna just start calling this thing What the Fuck Wednesdays, because every time I watch these movies, I'm like, what the actual fuck did I just watch? This week, we got a movie called Succubus. I seen it on Pluto, so I should have known. Like, Pluto and Tubi, y'all are some bullshit, but keep it coming. Right, so in this movie, I don't remember any of the names. They're not important because everybody's going to be insert name bitch. So we have husband bitch, and he just had a baby with wife bitch, and he's like all tired and postpartum depression, even though he didn't have the kid, and they're about to split up because he doesn't find her attractive anymore, and she's like, you don't even look at me. So husband bitch is on a dating site or whatever the fuck it is. He's just seeing what's out there, seeing who's out there looking for what, you hear me? My man's looking for Gushy. That's not his wife. So one night, he's at home. It's literally a dark and stormy night. This motherfucker's at home, and he's on the Google box getting messages left and right. And then this one message pops up, and he's like, I want to see your face. And she's like, I don't know yet. I don't know. So then they ended up FaceTiming or video chatting or whatever the fuck it's called in the movie. I don't know. And so she's wearing sunglasses, and she's like, oh, I'm just getting over a cold, and I'm not strong enough yet to come and see you, but I want to see you, but you can't see me, but you need to be over here so I can see you. So then things take a turn for the adultish. You hear me? They start getting a little spicy with the conversation. And he's like, let me see your face, bitch. And then she takes off her sunglasses, and he's like, oh yeah, I like that shit. So at the same time, his wife is out with her friends at the club, just getting the white girl wasted because I guess they're separated or they just can't be around each other right now. I don't know. Either way, they're having marital problems. She's out doing her thing, and he's at home doing his thing. And oh yeah. So husband bitch is talking to the internet bitch, and then they start sexting, and she's like, close your eyes and picture me doing this and doing that. And he's like picturing it, and then so he starts flogging a dolphin, y'all. And my man's like all into it. He's like, oh yeah. And then his phone goes off because the wife is texting him. Well, wife bitch is texting him. So he sees it, he ignores it. So wife bitch calls him, and he ignores it because he's just skeet. My man is putting in work. That's so fucking gross. So he's over there doing this stuff, thizzle, and his wife keeps calling, and he's like, fuck this bitch, I'm not talking to this bitch. And then his mom calls, and he's like, no, if I'm not talking to this bitch either. And then she texts, oh my God, what are you doing? We can see you on the baby monitor, because the baby monitor, he's in the kid's room on the computer talking to this bitch, and then he starts jerking it in the kid's room while the kid's asleep. I mean, it doesn't make it any better, but what the fuck? He's like, oh my God, I didn't expect you to see that. And he's like, well, motherfucker, we seen it. Do you want to talk about it? He's like, fuck no, I want to talk about it. I kind of wanted to finish, but you motherfuckers calling my phone. Thanks for nothing. So then the friend is like, hey man, I heard what happened. Like, friend bitch calls him, and he's like, hey dog, they told me what went down or what was going up. You know what I'm saying? So husband bitch is like, yeah, I met this bitch online, and then we were doing the adult talking stuff, and then he's like, the friend bitch was like, let me see what she looks like. So he sends her a picture. He sends the dude a picture, and he's like, oh, this bitch is hot. But no fucking way, because she was messaging me too. Oh my God. She wanted me to come over, but I said no. And then she started messaging you, and then well, she asked me to come over. And he's like, oh, well, shit. Are you gonna go? And the husband bitch is like, no. And friend bitch is like, well, guess what? I'm going. Spelunking. Yeah. So now, Dr. bitch calls husband bitch out of nowhere. He's like, who the fuck are you? And he's like, did you just talk to some bitch online? Because if so, this bitch is dangerous. And he's like, how you know I'm talking to bitches online? He's, look, bitch, don't talk to that bitch, because this bitch is dangerous, bitch. And he's like, well, I just sent my friend over there. We'll tell your bitch-ass friend, take his bitch-ass home, because this bitch is dangerous, bitch. So husband bitch calls friends bitch, and he's like, hey, look, dude, don't do it. Like, Dr. Bitch just called me out of nowhere. I don't even know how this motherfucker got my number, but he said, don't do it. And if he a doctor saying don't do it, don't fucking do it. So friend bitch is like, you know what? You right. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to leave. So after friend bitch leaves and goes back home, husband bitch is still talking to internet bitch. And now she's like seducing him even more. And she's like taking off her top. And you know, when I first started watching this movie, I was like doing all kinds of shit like around the house. And I told myself, if I miss demon titties, I'm going to be really mad. And guess what the fuck happened? Bitch. Yeah, so they start sexting again, but this time old boy's like, I'm gonna stay my ass out of my kid's room because that's what the camera is, because we didn't think about that the first fucking time. And so they're doing it on the ethereal plane. She's talking him through it. He's closing his eyes again, and she's like, oh, picture me doing this and touching that, and you licking this, and me fingering that. And he's like, oh yeah, man, I like that shit. So now, turns out, she got his ass, dog. This bitch was like a succubus bitch, hence the name of the movie. And now he's in like this weird room, trapped inside his mind, and she's about to take over his body. And the doctor bitch was like, hey, dog, she got you, but I can get you out. And then he's like, all right, well, cool. Help me, motherfucker. Help me. So while all of this is going down, friend bitch calls, and he's like, hey, dog, them titties look way too good for me to say no. I'm going back. And he's like, friend bitch, I just told you don't fucking go over there. And friend bitch was like, look, husband bitch, gotta risk it for the biscuit. Friend bitch gets over there. He pulls it. He's like, I'm at her house. I'll let you know how it goes. Hangs up, goes inside, and this bitch is like full monster, but he can't, like, he's seen her, so he's like enamored with the bitch already. And her top, like from here up, you're like, you know what? I could work with that. But then the bottom part is like, I can't work with that. So friend bitch is in the trance, and she somehow trances this dude to stick his tallywhacker in her mud pile of a vagina. It was so gross. It was it was so gross. And he's over there. He's like, oh yeah, oh, it was it was so gross. So then, old boy feels succubus bitch full of his love gravy. You hear me? And it was pretty fucking nasty. So when he was done, he's like trying to pull out, and then if you haven't seen the movie Teeth, go back to my previous video, because that's pretty much what happened. He tries to pull out, and her Vandersnatcher's like, gotcha, bitch. And then it rips his junk off, and then he bleeds out from his cockles. And that's a terrible way to go. Oh, that's so bad. So now Dr. Bitch finds husband bitch's house, and he's like, oh my God, it's too late. He's in a trance. He's about to take this gun and blow this dude's fucking head off, because he's going to let succubus bitch out. And so wife bitch comes home, so Dr. Bitch is hiding. And then she sees him in the house eventually, and he's like, look, I'm not trying to hurt you, but we need to kill this motherfucker. And she's like, no, that's my husband. You know, bitch, that was your husband. Now he's succubus bitch's plaything, and it's going to be bad for everybody, you hear me? So she runs him off. He leaves. Husband bitch snaps out of it some kind of way. I forget how. It wasn't important. All I know is I missed the demon titties and I was mad. So husband bitch snaps out of it, and he's like, oh my God, I can't believe it. It's you. You're really here. I miss you. I love you so much. I'm so sorry. Oh my God. And then they end up like hooking up again, because she's like, oh my God, I forgive you for jerking it in our baby's bedroom on the baby monitor where me and your mom could see it. You know, these things happen. All's well that ends well. And then they start doing the grown-up. I mean, what else can you do, fuck? So come to find out, husband bitch thought that he got rid of succubus bitch, but turns out she was already in his head, y'all. And she's like, guess what? I'm a part of you, and you're a part of me. So from now on, we're stuck together. And once you impregnate this bitch, you put your seed in this bitch. Your seed is my seed, bitch. And he's like, fuck that. So then he like freaks out and then breaks a a picture frame, and grabs a piece of glass, and he just uh, he cuts off his tallywhacker, y'all. Like, why do y'all hate peeners in this movie so fucking much? So he freaks the fuck out, and then he's like, "Oh my god!" And then the doctor bitch comes back, pow, shoots him in the head, but it didn't kill him. He just turned him into a vegetable with no peener. I mean, that's no way to live. Just let the dude die. But anyway, just let the dude die. Coming to find out, X amount of months, like maybe 6, 7 months later, he's down the road and he's all vegetabilized in his wheelchair, and his mom's taking care of him, and the wife comes in with her best friend, who she was all getting white girl wasted that night in the beginning of the movie, and she's like, "We have news, like, oh my god, I know that he doesn't have a peener anymore, and he's a vegetable, and, you know, things weren't great, but he froze some sperm, and I used it, and I'm pregnant." And his mom's like, "Oh my god, that's so great! I'm gonna have another grandbaby." And he's like, "Fuck," because succubus bitch, that's about to be succubus bitch. And then the wife's like, "But wait, there's more. My bestie over here, if you don't mind, even though it's already done, she wanted a baby too, so we just gave her some of my husband's sperm, and she's pregnant too." And the mom's like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna have 2 grandbabies." And the dude's like, You bitches, you should just let me fucking die. I mean, motherfucker. It was, oh my god, that's the worst thing. How you? The worst part about this movie is this dude's gonna have 2 kids. Didn't fuck either one of them. That's literally taking all of the fun out of the work. With that being said, I'm not gonna spoil too much of it. But if you got any motherfucking recommendations, any motherfucking comments, you bitches better put them in the dreadful goddamn comments. Leave me some movie. Just help me, help you, help me. All right? I'm trying to get this rig rolling. I'm trying to get monetized. I'm tired of working. I'm trying to, like, buy a fucking. I'm just trying to get like $5 off of YouTube so I can go to the corner store and be like, "You see this, bitch? I bought this with my YouTube money." But y'all not helping. Fuck, bro. Hook it up. Deuces.